Hey guys, I started this project and stopped and grabbed my camera because I didn't really find anything when I searched on YouTube, and I figured somebody else might get benefit from this video. It may be kind of lengthy, so I apologize for that. This is my generator. So it's a 4,000 watt peak, 3,500 watt continuous Champion. Very common generator, very inexpensive. I think I paid 200 bucks on Black Friday. Might have been cheaper than that. It's been a few years, I don't remember. But they're very common. They even sell them under like a Cabela's brand, I believe, and a few others. So there's a lot of them out there. They use a GX 200 clone, Honda clone, and this particular model has 110 or 220. I just use 110 because it seems like the voltage is a little bit more even. And you'll notice that I have some unfactory options, and sorry for my garage is a mess. I'm in the middle of a few projects, and I tore everything out of a couple different cabinets just to get rid of it. But digressing, if you're looking to buy one of these generators, save yourself a lot of grief and just buy the wheel kit. Handle and wheel kit, I forget what it cost. Well worth the money. I originally bought that, but unfortunately it wouldn't fit in that cabinet with the door open. That's where I keep my generator, and with the wheel kit, the distance of the height would not work. So I had to make my own. What is it? Ingenuity comes with necessity or something like that, whatever that saying is. So I rigged up some wheels, rigged up a handle, made some adapters to lift it up to even it out for the pads on the front bottom. But that's not the project for today. The project today is I'm going to convert this generator from gasoline to natural gas. I have outside for my barbecue, I ran a 1/2 inch pipe a couple years back, and I hate filling up this thing up with gas. We don't lose power often. About a month ago, we lost power for like 4 days. And this generator does good. It runs for like 10.5 hours before it needs a refill on gasoline, and which is not bad. But I just would love to start it up, run it until the power comes back on. And we were just ready to go on vacation, so I had to have family members come over, fill up the tank, check on it. It was just troublesome, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, and that was one of the original reasons I ran the natural gas line outside. But the conversion kits were like $180, and I kept on trying to bring myself to pay it, but I didn't. And one of the reasons is I keep on going back and forth on an inverter, but I'm cheap, so I never coughed up the money, and I still have my old faithful yellow Champion generator. So it served me well, and it always starts right up. I figured I would look, and I spotted this on Amazon. It is a conversion kit, natural gas, liquid propane, and unlike like the ones from US Generator, this one actually has its own carburetor. So you swap out the carburetor, and it has this regulator with a purge button, and it can run under natural gas or propane. I have it set for natural gas. And I'm going to install this, and I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride and see if this thing works, and kind of tell you what I think. This is $30 on Amazon compared to like, the ones that go for $180 to $200. And I'm going to see if this works. Now, the other thing I picked up a while back was a hose. You'll need a hose, and you need the lines, of course. This is a 1/2 inch hose. Depending on the size of the generator, you can get by with a smaller one, but I'm hoping this will work because I ran a 1/2 inch line to the outside, and the on and off valve is a 1/2 inch, but some of those on and off valves, the diameter inside isn't quite a 1/2 inch. So I know I'm no mathematician, and I know there's the turns and everything else. Even when you work with gas, there's the restriction point, but I'm gonna make a go of it and see if it works, and again, bring you guys for the ride, and hope it helps you if you're trying to do this yourself. I'm going to kind of show you what tools, very little tools, so you don't need a lot. You need a 13 millimeter socket or a wrench. I'm using both, and so far anyway, a Phillips screwdriver. I have a little socket set, but you know, you don't necessarily need it. If you have a wrench, you should be good to go. I got my light here, so what you have is basically this filter. I'm going to set this down, guys. So you have your ear box, and I'm just going to pop this off. There's a couple clips, top and bottom. On the top it says, you know, your choke. It says run. Now, I started taking this apart already, so you're going to see some of these bolts are loose. It's because I took it apart, or started taking it apart, and I said, you know what, I should hold up. You would use a screwdriver, and I already did this. I got them back in there because I want you to see what it looks like. And you can just unscrew these screws, and this just holds the bracket for the ear filter. There's 4 screws. One of them just popped off on its own because I have it just kind of sitting there. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one on the top here. And then this box will come out, and there's a filter. You just, you know, pull that out. And I try to fold things off in the order that it goes. So as I pull it off, I kind of fold it into itself just to keep it organized. You'll see this, I think it's a vent that comes over by the filter. I'm going to pull that out. Pull this top one out, right? And then on the back side over here, I know this probably isn't the best video, but on the back side, you'll see that there's a bolt right here. Just one bolt that's holding a bracket, it's holding that air box. So I'm just gonna, I already have it loose, or I did have it loose. Maybe not. It was loose. And I also have a little extension. Some of these bolts are a little odd to get to, so a small extension might be your friend. Okay, that's loose. And now I'm just gonna pull this off. Or I'm sorry, I got 2 more nuts here. So I'm looking towards that air box again. See those 2 nuts? Those 2 nuts have to come off. That's the only thing that's holding the carburetor on. So when I take these nuts off, I have them loosened just because I already did this. I put them back on so you guys can see it. When I take those off, just wiggle this a bit, and this comes right off. Again, I'm going to fold this on top of that air box just so I can keep the orientation. And here's the carburetor. The carburetor, this is the choke. So when you open and close, this is the choke. You have your gaskets. You want to save these gaskets. This carburetor did not come with gaskets. If you screw them up, you can pick them up for like very cheap on eBay or Amazon, a couple dollars. This choke just pops right off. You're going to reuse that. And what else we got? So we have some connections up there, but I had to order some parts. So I'm going to wait. I'm not going to pull this off until tomorrow when my parts come off. But as you can see, this whole carburetor will come off. It's just sitting on there. It's loose. Some of the things that I'm waiting for, or the one thing that I'm waiting for, is this carburetor came with. Let me see if it's in here. On the bottom here, on this very bottom, it had this. This is like if you have a hose, and this was like, I don't know what kind, I don't know if they use white kind of pipe dope, but man, this thing was hard to get off. If you guys buy this and you want to switch this, I had to put this piece in a vise and grab this with both hands and turn it. And it was hard as hell. I thought it was going to break. But what I'm doing here is, this is a 1/4 inch pipe thread. And I bought a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch elbow. I couldn't find one in any of the hardware stores, so I had to buy it on Amazon. It was like $6 for the fitting. And when I get that, I am going to take and put the 1/4 inch, again, going into the manifold or the regulator. So 1/4 inch will go in here. That'll be the elbow. And the 3/8 will be that way. And then I'll screw this on, and I'll use some green pipe stuff to seal it up real good. And what I'll have is a 1/2 inch connector that will fit the 1/2 inch hose, a flex hose that I have with a quick disconnect. And that's what this is, like a flare, 1/2 inch flare fitting. So I can't do that until I get the rest of the parts, which should be here from Amazon tomorrow. So that'll be it for the night, and tomorrow we'll hopefully swap this out and see if we can't run on propane, or I'm sorry, natural gas. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks.